Sometimes smelling good just ain't enough. Sometimes you need a fragrance that's gonna blow their mind. I'm talking next level, the type of scent that sets you apart from all the other Broseph McJosephs out there. Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. I got you covered. In fact, I have the perfect first fragrance. And I'm saving the best for first because this one right here guaranteed to blow everyone's mind. I'm talking a straight up nuclear reaction in the medulla oblongata. Wear this, flex with this, guaranteed you're getting a reaction. The new Parfums de Marly Aragon. Only the reaction that you'll get will be pretty bad. They might call you things such as moron, dipshit, idiot, because this right here costs $550. And I paid that much for it. But they did give me complimentary next day shipping, so this is a good deal. In actuality, I bought all three of the new Parfums de Marly, so it cost me $1,650. Oh my God. Now we're gonna get to some fragrances in a second that'll blow minds in a good way, but think about that for a second. It's so expensive, and you would think that when you smell it, oh, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. There was 20 bucks right there. It's just not. Off the top, it's a little bit kind of mentholated almost, like iciness in the back of your throat type of mentholation when you smell it. A touch green, sickeningly sweet, and just smells a little bit odd off of skin. And when somebody smells it, they're like, oh, that's interesting. What is that? Oh, it's $550. You spent how much? Good for you. To the actual list we go. Starting off with Gentleman Ombre, Society Ombre. We're back in the normal range of prices here. Everything is cool. And I know that with the new PDMs, you know, that price tag, there will be some people who are like, oh, well, if you can't buy it, you just go shop at Walmart, bro. If you don't have $1,650 to spend on subpar fragrances, you idiot. Don't hate me because you're broke. That's a great argument out there. Yeah, if you don't like spending $550 for a subpar, mediocre fragrance, then the problem is you? Actually, that's a stupid argument. That's really stupid. I'm getting sidetracked because I got that in today and sprayed it on, and oh, I'm not really that happy. This though, this does make me happy. Smells amazing, very classy, gentlemanly, sophisticated, just the right touch of sweetness to it. The best in the Gentleman Society lineup for me. Fall, winter, more formal occasions, this stuff crushes. I would spray it on right now, but I don't know how those two would mix. Should I do it? No. Every scent that I'm sharing with you today, by the way, is more of a fall, winter time lean, because that's when I'm shooting the video. Lalique, white and black. Up next. So this one's gonna blow minds because when people smell it, if they're not familiar with this one, they're gonna think, that is expensive smelling. What are you wearing? Smells amazing. And that's because this one is amazing. Classy, sexy, warm, a touch sweet, spicy. Similarities to Parfums de Marly's Leighton, which that is a PDM that is worth wearing that people love. This one is gonna give you that kind of vibe. Also, most people realistically don't know about this fragrance at all. Probably don't even know Lalique makes fragrances. A lot of people don't even know what Lalique is. So that means you can be like, oh yeah, it's this kind of under the radar fragrance, you know? You wouldn't know about it. It's good though, right? Cardamom, lavender, vanilla, woods, olibanum, touch of citrus as well. This one, about 44 bucks online. And when you think about that in Aragon terms, that means you could get 10 of these and have over $100 left over. Let's keep it inexpensive with the next one, because for a lot of people, their fragrances they're picking up from, you know, Macy's, Sephora, Ulta, places like that. Or even the stores in the mall where they're selling Armaf for like $150 and some poor suckers in there getting duped into buying it. Ah, man, pour one out for those guys. You have to know what I'm talking about. Surely you've seen one of those stores at some point in your life where you look in and it's like everything in there you know is like $15, $25 at discounters, and they're selling them for like $100, $150, $80, trying to make it sound like it's the best deal ever. Yes, sir, this one is exquisite. This is top of the line, comes straight from Dubai, the highest quality oils. Well, I'll take one, you sold me. So those dudes, they don't know, but you know. And this one, on the cheap, nuts. Mustache Eau de Parfum. Smells similar to YSL's Tuxedo, which obviously much more expensive. Only this one, very, very affordable, and comes in a great presentation as well. Heavy bottle, looks good, looks classy, smells classy. In terms of what notes we're rocking with here, pink pepper, a little bit of citrus, also has vanilla and benzoin as well. Even a touch of woodiness and rose as the fragrance dries down. Gonna be, once again, more of an evening fragrance. And in terms of the quality versus the price you pay, one of the best designer fragrances out there for fall and winter time. Because this is one that's even cheaper than that one. Yeah, you can get this under 40 bucks. Some places have it even, I think, like high 20s. It is cheap. And since we talked about Armoff and stores ripping people off, selling that good old Armoff at slightly inflated prices, here is an Armoff. This one, Ombre Dior. This one has a fantastic magnetic cap. Always have to call that out. And it is one of the newer releases from Armoff, which means it's also one of the slightly higher end Armoffs as far as the price scheme is concerned at discounters, but it still is quite affordable, under 50 bucks. In terms of notes, it has a metallic scent profile with saffron in there, musk as well. Also some iris, woods, incense as the fragrance dries down. Smells similar to crystal saffron, so right in that style. And that metallic type of scent profile that this one puts forth, kind of a mineral scent profile as well, has become really popular. Probably the first fragrance that kicked that off in a huge way, Ganymede. So it could also remind you of bits and pieces of that fragrance as well. Not the exact same, but some similarities there. So this is a fragrance that will get you that niche styling on the cheap. The quality is great as far as the fragrance goes. Presentation, actually really good. Sometimes Armoff has a propensity to come out with presentations that are a bit ostentatious or tacky, cheesy. I don't know, there's a lot of different ways that you could describe some of those bottles, but this one actually looks great. The whole thing just, look how classy that lineup looks, just like gold and black, looks clean. Now the next fragrance throws it back just a little bit, extremely sweet, big attention grabber, and it's one of those ones that nowadays nobody's really wearing. Which means that if you rock it, you're gonna be one of the few who knows. But before we jump into that one, let's jump into some codes. And there are many. We got the code for Fragrance Lord, which a lot of you have been taking advantage of. So anytime you shop at Fragrance Lord, use that code. Also have codes for Gift Express, the Perfume Box, JOMASHOP, and many more stores. So anytime you shop at any of these different discounters or retailers, use those codes. Save yourself some money. So we gotta keep this whole black, gold, classy scheme going with Black Excess by Paco Rabanne. This is an old school bottle style. It looks nowadays like this. So most places, if you're shopping, you'll probably see this one, but same thing. Once again, very affordable. Not gonna have to spend too much to pick this one up. It's kind of a cool Zippo style bottle right here. And like I said, it's sweet. Praline, cinnamon, lemon, cardamom, tolu balsam, some of the notes that you're gonna pick up really early on. Then as it dries down, patchouli and rosewood in the base. Really good performance, like most Paco Rabanne fragrances. And it has an almost fizzy sweetness to it. So it's syrupy, but also lively. So it's not that type of syrup that sits on your skin just really heavily, you know, like just a dripping, dense scent profile that kind of just, you know, blah, blah. Of course, very scientific. Instead, it's got a nice sparkle to it. Somewhat effervescent, but like I said a few times now, very sweet. When it first dropped, this one was more of a clubbing fragrance, people wearing it out and about on the town. You know, if they were going out somewhere and they wanted something kind of loud and attention grabbing, they'd go for this one. And then as time went on, it kind of fell out of popularity. You know, you can still find it, like I said, but it's not hitting like a lot of the big ones are nowadays as far as popularity goes. Still works. As long as you don't mind a little sugary candy to your scent, good stuff. The next one will blow minds because of the price and the quality, and you can lie and say you're wearing a Tom Ford if you want to. Unscrupulous individuals could do that. I would never do that myself. No, and I know none of you would do that either, right? Right. It is Rare Carbone by Offnon, Rare Carbon. Smells similar to Ombre Leather by Tom Ford, actually expertly done in terms of the similarity to that much more expensive fragrance. And of course, Ombre Leather, and by association, Rare Carbon, some of the easiest to wear classy leather fragrances out there in the designer realm ever. And that's because they're very smooth with just the right touch of sweetness, the slight floral aspects along the edges of the scent profile. Does not lean into anything dark or animalic. Instead, just keeps things classy, versatile, sexy. That's it. That's what this one does, and it does it for next to nothing. So if you want to be truthful and tell people what you're wearing, how much you paid, what it smells similar to, that's assuming they don't know anything about fragrances. I mean, yeah. If they don't know anything, then if they know everything, they'll be like, aha, I see what you're doing. You thought you could trick me? Never. Mercedes-Benz Club Black up next, but this is a special one. This is the Eau de Parfum. You can tell because the glass is a slightly different shade, and they went all out and just wrote Eau de Parfum at the bottom of the bottle. To be fair, I don't know what else they could have done differently, but it does look kind of funny because when you put them side by side, you're like, oh, they went all out on that one, didn't they? They went all out. When this first dropped, I picked it up at full retail from the fragrance outlet or their website. And it was like 130 bucks, if I recall correctly. Nowadays, it is at discounters just a few months later for about 50. And as time goes on, that will probably dip even lower. By the way, mentioning the fragrance outlet, the fragrances that I creatively directed underneath Michael Malul are available at every fragrance outlet and Perfumania store. So if you have one nearby, stop in, check these out. Here are the fragrances. Look at them, they're right there. Those are the ones. This is a vanilla beauty. Along with vanilla, it has myrrh, amberwood, a little bit of jasmine, elemi, bergamot, and musk. It's just a deep, rich, sexy vanilla. That's really all you have to think about with this one. All the other notes are there and you can pick them up, but really, it's about that vanilla. Solid staying power, good projection. It's almost edible. It's got this coziness to it that people just are drawn to. Let's go back with another gold bottle. Jean Paul Gaultier Scandal Absolute. Haha, got it. It's one of my favorite newer fragrances over the past few years, man. During fall and winter time, this stuff is just absolutely killer. In line with most modern men's fragrances made for cooler weather, this one really sweet. It's got Mirabelle plum in there, has sandalwood as it dries down, has a nice nuttiness to it through the mid, and also a little bit of like caramel in there as well. So you could almost think of it like toffee, you know, that kind of vibe as it heads through the mid, also in the opening, really. Another one that easily gets noticed because it is decently loud. So if you spray on a lot of that, it's gonna be projecting, filling up a room. I've actually put more of a dent in this than I realized. Scandal Absolute, should have got a bigger bottle. Another bottle that matches the aesthetic perfectly, Veneno Black, French Avenue. So this right here smells similar to Smokin' Hot by Killian. Hence the snake motif kind of goes along with the whole Killian vibes. So this one has apple and cinnamon off the top along with a little bit of smokiness. More specifically, it's supposed to smell like an apple shisha tobacco. And underneath all of that, you have, once again, vanilla. You know, you gotta work that sweetness in there. It is extremely long lasting, the quality through the roof. With this one, when it first came out, when it first dropped, it was a little bit harder to find. A lot of discounters either didn't have it or they would get it in stock for like 15 seconds and then that was it. Nowadays, you can find it a bit easier, but because it is still pretty popular, the price on this one fluctuates a little bit. So sometimes you'll see it for like approaching 60 bucks. At that price point, you are probably better off waiting and looking around. So be aware of that. That does happen sometimes with different clone fragrances if they're really popular and for whatever reason, they just can't get them in stock. You'll see the price kind of up and down. And when it's at the high point, you don't buy. It's like stocks, you know, you don't want to buy high and sell low. Do the opposite. Final fragrance, Ralph's Club Elixir. Gotta have an elixir in here, right? It's I think a law at this point that every fragrance list has to have an elixir or something. There's so many of them, it's kind of hard to avoid them. And out of all the Ralph's Club fragrances, the Elixir is the aficionado's choice. And by that, I mean, it gets more love than the other ones. That's really all I meant. Some of the other Ralph's Clubs, people will be like,
ah, this smells like something I would wear every day. Disgusting. How dare you make a versatile fragrance in my sight? Remove it immediately.
I'm sorry, sir.
Rouse Club Elixir still is versatile, just in a different way. This one has iris, lavender, and cardamom, among other notes. This is more classy, sophisticated, refined, fresh, and sweet with a little aromatic backbone. The leather as it dries down, expertly done, once again, keeping everything very wearable, very approachable. And while this one is more of a fall wintertime fragrance, it's a different type of fall and wintertime scent. It doesn't lean as much into heavy spices and banging vanilla. Instead, it keeps things a little more buttoned up with a little fresh edge. So there we go, fragrances to blow minds. Oh, can't forget you, put you in there, buddy. All right, guys, that will do it for me. Thank you for hanging with me. Let me know in the comments below, which fragrance do you use when you're trying to blow minds? Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.